Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Game Master Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, this is going to be the first video in a series of videos that I will be covering Villains and Vigilantes 3rd edition, The Mighty Protectors. Obviously this is a superhero role-playing game written by Jeff D. Jeff D, if you're not familiar, he is a legendary artist from back in the days of TSR and Dungeons and Dragons, and then moving forward on into his own, his own endeavors, his own projects. One of which was Villains and Vigilantes. I am going to be very honest with you, as I was with him when I met him in person this past weekend at the Philadelphia area gaming expo, I let him know that Villains and Vigilantes was always my favorite of all of the other superheroes role-playing games that came out in the 1980s. This stood out as my favorite. I really did enjoy this. I liked it more so than whether it be TSR's Marvel superheroes or Palladium's Heroes Unlimited or Champions or any of those that were out around the same time. We had tried those and we kept on going back to this anyway. So this was always my favorite. Absolutely loved it. And it was great to actually meet him in person and speak to him. Now, he was at page one in 2024, but this was my real opportunity to bring this along, to have him sign it, and also to have some conversation with him. So while speaking to him, he said to me, and I relayed this in my video previously. He relayed to me and was like, "Hey, you know what? As much as you might like this, you should be playing Villains and Vigilantes 3rd edition." So I told him to sell me on it, and he most certainly did. So here we have it. I picked up the last softcover copy that he had on his table at the time, and I spoke about that at the in a previous video, so I'm not going to delve into that too much. And then when I got home and sorted out an issue I was having with Drive-Thru RPG, I just picked up the PDF as well. So I want to start taking a look at Villains and Vigilantes 3.0, The Mighty Protectors. Once again, I will also mention that V&V was written by Jeff D and Jack Herman, so I want to give Jack Herman some credit as well. And now I'll jump right into this here. So I'm not going to do a deep dive right now. I'm just going to do a really quick overview. I will be doing videos that are a comparison between the two systems, but he also has very early on the differences between the two, and I will focus on that as well today. So switching views here, and we will expand so that you can see as well. So again, created by Jeff D and Jack Herman. It's published by Monkey House Games. The dedication, let's see if, of course he's dedicating it to his family and to all other storytellers throughout history who had their hand in forging superhero, from the ancient heroic myth makers to Siegel and Schuster for your elemental fire. All right, let's keep on going. The differences here, so here's the editorial introduction. The differences between original V&V 1979 and revised V&V 1982, which is the edition that I played, were substantial, and Mighty Protectors represents another giant leap. We've learned a lot over the 35 years since revised, and we have worked hard to bring that experience to Mighty Protectors while preserving the spirit of the previous editions. Feedback on our forums and from players in our convention events assure us that if you liked the previous editions, you'll probably love this one. But enough from me, and then he goes on and we'll jump right into it. And that's pretty much the pitch that he gave me as well, and I was sold on it. So it's a working pitch. It's very good. So here we go, and we have the Mighty Protectors. What is a superhero? Other equipment using the dice. Online support. That'll be interesting to take a look at. Then characters. You get into character generation. You have a number of species here. So we have aliens and Atlanteans, Cro-Magnon, Darkodaran, Darklings, Farashi, Geosians, humans, Lemurians, mystical constructs, mixed monsters, Neanderthal, Paratonian, Synaxes, Saurids, Silicoids, tech constructs, troglodytes, and the Vandari. All right, so I am not familiar with all of these, obviously, but some of them, we're fairly used to. Cultures. So we have fantasy, primitive, mixed, modern, high tech. You do the age and gender of your character, basic characteristics, determining the BC scores, basic characteristics table, carrying capacity. I used to love the V&V carrying capacity. That was always like this huge calculation that you had to do, and I'm hoping that it's kind of maintained that way because I loved the crunchiness of 1982's V&V. So I'm hoping that some of that is retained, but I doubt that it will be. I think that it'll most likely be much more streamlined. Now, in 1982, I was 15 years old, so I was certainly able to handle the math that did exist in V&V Second Edition or Revised. Secondary characteristics of the characters, and then weight and mass. Those were always other great, calculations that came into play. Background, motivation, wealth, luck. Origin type, so you have mutated or evolved, you have science accident, you have mystical accident, you have the science project, you have a mystical project, you have physical training, and you have mystical training. Abilities and weaknesses, final touches, character concepts, ability CPs, weaknesses, ability CP costs, BC ability caps, stacking abilities, advanced customization, backstory, name, costume, true identity, legal status, superhero license, security clearances. There's a lot here. All right, so we're already seeing. Now we're only 20 pages in, and you can see that there's a lot contained within those 20 pages so far. Then we get into all of the abilities, and I will do whole separate videos on these. I'll also go through the character generation as well, but we can see all types of powers and such. So we have just straight up abilities, then we have chemical abilities, we have communicators, companions. I would have liked to have seen that any of the main categories that are, and then you have your subcategories, that the categories would have been put in bold so that they would stand out a little bit. Like instead of just having physical ability, the way it's written here, it should be in bold, physical ability, and then you have that subdivision, poison and venom, and then that subdivision. Just a minor quibble. Saving and task roles. So they do have the subsections here, in bold. I would have just liked to have seen it in the abilities as well. And then we get into rolling to hit, standard attacks, grappling attacks, saves, snares, uh, combat maneuvers. Looking at some of these, taking a headshot, leg shot, arm shot, avoid armor, disable gear, disarm gear, um, taking gear, vehicle system shots, avoiding snares. So it looks like you have a lot of nuance in between. Just you're not just shooting at something and seeing if you hit. You look like you have a lot more targeted control of what you're doing, which is cool. Mighty Protectors Multiverse, so guide to the multiverse, and we have all of these various potential locations and whatnot, or places of origin. Then we have the Game Master section. We're only going up to 166 pages, so this is a self-contained complete system, which I really do like. Now there's plenty of supplements as well, and we will take a look at those when the time comes. Probably when we go to the section that is online resources. So here is the data. Oh, there's our first hyperlink. So I'm going to take us to the hyperlink. And there we go. And let me just double check to make sure that you are looking at the same thing as I am. So here I jumped right to this hyperlink. I'm going to make sure that I register and check these things out. Now that was another thing that Jeff D said to me over this weekend, was that he would be willing to come on my channel for an interview later on, especially going down and talking about some of the new projects he's working on, with. So I'm certainly going to reach out to him and try to set that kind of thing up. But you can come here to Monkey House Games. You can get the errata as it's stated, and actually that was something he told me. Make sure that I pick up the errata. And then he had some other source books, and I wanted to take a look at these. So we have War Heroes. And this is the World War II supplement and source book. This is by B.K. Adams. So he does have other writers working with him, which I also really like to see, that it's not just a one-person show. And Market Force print edition. And Mighty Protectors, Market Forces. So I guess there are. Oh, it's the same printing here. The full file for Mighty Protectors. So I guess we have supplements that add new foes to fight, and we can take a look at these. I'm going to jump to one of these as well. Let's see how these links are working. So for 99 cents, you can get the full file 1. Let's see. Let's see how many. Page count is 5 pages. Preview. We'll do a quick preview here. And does it just give us one Omni Primus? I guess it gives us just one character as a foe, most likely a boss. Let's see, what else can we get here? Might as well take you on a little journey here. So you can get the older editions of Villains and Vigilantes right from here as well. So very, very good resource. The referee screen for the Mighty Protectors. This is probably something I will almost definitely get. Premium landscape screen inserts, and then the premium landscape screen. This is not really that expensive either. PDF plus the landscape screen, about $6.19. Not bad at all. And and it's double-sided, basically 8 panels. So quite a lot of information there. All right, that's something else I'll have to pick up along the way. And I have my own my own panels that I can insert into, so that would work out. I'd probably just get um, I'd probably buy both. I'd probably get the, for $6 you can't go wrong. It'd just take a little bit longer for the physical to show up, but definitely something to check out there. So I know that's a really quick preview of everything that I will be covering with this, but it's actually a first look, and much more in depth as I started going through it, to show you some of the content that you can get from the various websites as well, including Drive-Through RPG. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. Looking forward to jumping into Mighty Protectors, Villains and Vigilantes 3.0. I don't know which one to say it first, so I will kind of alternate back and forth between the two. But you know, great to see a supers game system that I'm going to look to check out, because I only have a few other superhero game systems, primarily like Vigilante City from Bloat Games. But this here is going to give me, I think, that connection to my nostalgia of Villains and Vigilantes. So I think I'll enjoy this, perhaps a little bit more. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to to like and subscribe, and to leave your comments in the comments section. If you've been playing this already, I really do encourage you to drop some comments in the comments section, so I can get a good sense of what I can expect from the system. And I will most certainly be looking to do some game mastery with this. I will be looking to run some one-shots and whatnot using this system over the next couple weeks or months to come. So you all have a great rest of your evening, and as always, thank you for stopping in. Always great to have you look at the game systems that I am covering for the channel, and this is kind of a response to a comment that was in my live stream last night, where the person asked me, can you cover more than just Dungeons and Dragons? I guess it was a new person coming onto the channel, and that new person probably came along with the whole slew of new subscribers that I picked up while I was doing the AD&D First Edition for the Modern Players series of videos, which I will definitely make a return to. And it just so happens that I was like, oh, I do cover a lot of different game systems here. And returning home from the convention, here you have one of my pickups from the convention. So you'll start seeing some more Mighty Protectors, Villains, and Vigilantes 3rd Edition from me. You'll have a great rest of your evening, and take care.